Hey everybody, Frank Forte here, veteran of the comic book industry, animation industry, and film and TV. I now work as a storyboard artist, but still dabble in comics, and you can check me out at Frank Forte Art on social media and Asylum Press on the web, which is my indie publishing company. And you can help support indie comics by checking me out and supporting my Kickstarters. This here is Disney Lost and Found by Charles Solomon, exploring the hidden artwork. This is Disney Lost and Found by Charles Solomon, exploring the hidden artwork from never before produced animation. This is kind of behind the scenes, a lot of stuff that Disney did that was either pitched or didn't come out, or unused stuff from movies that did come out. So I thought this was a cool book when I got it. I think you can still get it, I'm not sure. But it is a cool book if you're into Disney history and just how animation is produced. I like the long format, but you know, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, drawings, animation, 2D, cool introduction about the Disney studio and what they've done, kind of how they work. I think a little about Pixar. Here we have a really cool drawing from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, unknown, red pencil, storyboard drawing of the soup eating sequence. So maybe that was, you know, unused, or the dwarves were early on. It was like a little bit different. Here's some early stuff for John Lasseter and Mel Shaw. I guess Hans Christian Andersen, The Emperor's Nightingale. I think this was done, yeah, in the 80s. It was probably a pitch that never materialized. Some more work from that. This stuff is really cool. This is the stuff I really dig, is like the pencil drawings from any animated cartoon from the 30s, 40s, or 50s. It's just really cool to see how these artists and these craftsmen worked. I mean, there's just really a lot of just form and artistry in these drawings that you don't see today, or the 2D is just not done like it used to be. Some more of the Seven Dwarfs, Ward Kimball, red pencils. These might have been pencil tests, drawing stuff that was maybe never used. I'm not sure if this was used or not, but it's definitely great to look at it. Here's some storyboards from Dumbo. Bill Peet did these. Now, Bill Peet was really considered one of the masters over at Disney. Master storyman. He wrote, he drew, he storyboarded. I don't know if he's an animator, but he's really well known. I think definitely in the 40s, maybe in the 30s, but 40s and 50s, he was one of the main guys. Definitely check more on Bill Peet if you can. David Hall was another well-known guy that also worked in color. I think he was more concept than storyboard. Here's some more Bill Peet stuff. Like, this stuff is great. I would love to just go to Disney and go through all this stuff. There's probably so many of these drawings that we don't have access to. But, yeah, Bill Peet from Sleeping Beauty. Just so simple, but just great. More Bill Peet, India ink, watercolor, Bill Peet pastel. So, you know, this guy could do concept too, you know. Sorry, I got this glare here. Maybe that's better, huh? Mel Shaw, preliminary pastels, kind of storyboards, beat boards. This is for a Silly Symphony from 1936. Pretty cool. And it's cool to see how these guys work. Like, some of them are colored pencils, some of it's like grease pencil, watercolor, gouache, India ink, just total mixed media, just whatever. Experiment, get it done quick, tell the story. There's just some energy about these drawings that are great. You know, they didn't have to be precious about it. They just had to get the story idea down. Unknown watercolor, grease, India ink. Sailor's Rescue. I think this might have been Pinocchio. I'm not sure. Maybe Rescuers. Oh, let's see. Vance Gary India Inc. So this is from The Rescuers. Yeah, kind of cool to see this stuff. Fred Lucky, India Ink, colored pencil. See, a lot of these guys might have come from like children's book illustrations. Disney did like to work with a lot of book illustrators. Peter DeCive is one of them. This is from Fred Lucky and Ken Anderson. Not sure where this was from. This could have been an unused Ethereal World of the Black Prince. This is from the Black Cauldron, early concept work. Just really beautiful pastel stuff. Kelly Ashbury, see, like, and then Disney, like, you had some people that were like classic illustration, like you could tell this person's trained, and other people that were a little more loose, a little more comic booky or more designy, kind of like similar to the 50s style. Didn't really matter what your style was as long as you could get the story down, and you know, if you could tell a story and you were doing like stick figures, didn't, you know, and that was fine. Doug Ball, Mixed Media, Hunchback of Notre Dame. And here we get into the 90s. Glenn Keane, another master from the 90s. I think he was also working in the 80s, but he really shined in the 90s. Just to see these pencil drawings. Wildlife Lost and Found. So this might have been some stuff that was never realized, I think. Floyd Norman, colored pencil. Daryl Kidder, colored markers. Here's some great, look at this. I love looking at this stuff. Black and white storyboards. I don't know. There's just something about it. Because I'm a storyboard artist, I just appreciate this stuff more. Just the loose, rough drawings, and you can see the under drawings. That's just great. Daryl Kidder did these rough storyboard drawings. Ella's response to the reactions. Yeah, just amazing stuff. Character designs. And, you know, here's another style. Just doing rough markers. Oh, look at that. Hans Bacher concept, Jim Finn digital art. It's like Las Vegas concept. Kind of done in like a 50s style, I guess. Oh, look at that. That's great, huh? It's great, you know, concept artists just doing their thing, trying to envision the film. Oh, there's a great, like, UPA 1950s postmodern style. Love that stuff. Oh yeah, this stuff's great. Look at that. Dennis Greco over there. Dennis Greco or Greco. Some cool storyboards. Now the design of this stuff is really cool because it's just black, white, grays. You can really just look at it and see what's going on. Not too busy. Just great. I'll just look at some of that stuff. Alleyway. I mean, this stuff is. I got to see more of this guy now that I'm looking at it. Dennis Greco. Pretty great. You can tell the 50s influence. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, more color stylings. Doug Walker. Here's some great characters. Gene Gilmore, India Ink, colored pencil. Just like cool gestural stuff. Trying to figure out the characters, who they are, expressions. Oh, look at these. These are great. Greg Kilman. Now, these are kind of the, I really do like this kind of, I don't know, it's like a style that they were doing in the early 90s, but it was influenced by like the UPA style of the 50s, but you know, it's it's like a little Tex Avery from the 50s, but also Disney, Ward Kimball. I don't know. It's just, but then it's like Greg Killman. Like, that's his stuff. You know, influenced by 50s graphics. Here's a gouache study, background study. So this is more My People's Lost and Found. This might have been for a movie that was never realized, I guess. Just great. West Virginia, rolling hills, mining country. This might have been a movie that was never realized. Developed all sorts of stuff over there that never saw the light of day. These great characters. Really cool. Doesn't look like what Disney was doing in the 90s, although I'm not sure exactly where this was, but it looks different from what Disney was doing. It could have been pretty cool. It'd be nice to see Disney depart from their 90s style that they had. And some cool prop design, cars. Rick Mackey, I think he might be still working today. Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Great concept. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are great. Andreas Deha, no doubt. Yeah, he's one of the best. But look at this, just drawing on animation paper, just coming up with ideas for these characters. Just anger study. Jim Finn. Look at that nice long pan animation background. Some cool stuff. This is a nice style. A little more stylized. Here is Andreas Deha, pen and ink. Yeah, some female studies. Just great stuff. More Andreas. Color. Yeah, this would have been a cool film. Hillbilly Country. Jim Finn. Yeah, it looks really cool. Model sheets. Different artists. And then they talk about, yeah, some of the films, I think, that they were trying to make. Yeah, cool stuff. So yeah, anyway, if you can find it, and it's out there, Disney Lost and Found by Charles Solomon. You could probably find it used somewhere. Thanks for watching. Again, I am Frank Forte. I am a veteran of the comic book industry, animation industry, and film and TV, where I work as a storyboard artist mainly. You can find me at Frank Forte Art on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Asylum Press is my comic book company, asylumpress.com. If you want to buy and support indie animation or indie comic books, check out Asylum Press, and you can also find us on Kickstarter, where we kickstart numerous comic books, art projects, and soon to be doing more animated films. Okay, thanks. Hey everyone, you can check me out on the web at frankforte.com. I have a store there where I sell all sorts of merchandise, artwork, sketches, comic books, enamel pins, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff. You can find me on social media, Frank Forte Art on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and even update Blogger sometimes. But check me out if you want to buy t-shirts and stuff. I have all that stuff on Threadless, Society 6, and Spring, so you can find other types of merch there. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. Thank you.